Smartphone e-commerce photography, setting the stage with a limited budget. Hey guys, are you trying to do e-commerce? You need to get some good photos and you're concerned about it? Well, this is the video for you, because in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to set the stage so that you have some incredible pictures of your products for online sales. I'm going to show you what to do, the equipment you need. I'll give you a list of everything. Watch this video to the very end, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to also ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every single time I go live. Now let's get right to it. The first thing we want to talk about is materials. What materials do you need? Now this video obviously is about using a smartphone. I wouldn't recommend using a flip phone for this. I think you do need a smartphone. I think most smartphones that you've gotten in the past few years, even ones that you got 5, 6, 7 years ago, probably have a good enough camera in them, and they keep evolving. They keep getting better and better and better. I mean, the camera on my smartphone is so incredibly good that I almost wonder why I use the DSLR camera. I am recording this with the DSLR, but it has different effects, it does different things, so that's why I use that. But the first thing you need is a smartphone. Got to have a smartphone to do any of this. So if you don't have a smartphone, there's no point watching this video. You can go ahead and leave now. Get out of here. Go on, get. When you get a smartphone, come back and see me. But once you've got a smartphone, you want to continue on. What's the next thing we need? We're going to need some tape. Yes, tape, because we're going to build a box to take these pictures with. The next thing we're going to need is what? You're going to need some foam core that is 24 inches by 36 inches, white foam core. That's what you need. I'll put a picture of that up on the screen here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then the next thing you're going to need is some white poster board that is 24 inches by 36 inches or larger. So you're going to need this white poster board. These are the basic elements you're going to need. In addition to that, you're going to need a table of some sort. It can be a desk, it could be a stand, it could be whatever. And then you're going to need, because you don't have money for lights, a window. Okay, a window with some lights. You need light coming in. Now in this office here I have lights that are on me, but I also have 8 big windows that I'm facing, and I have the sunlight coming in this way too, so that makes for really good lighting. Matter of fact, I prefer the lighting through a window over these stand-up lights any day. However, I try to make it a little bit brighter, so we add these lights to it. But if given a choice between having a light that you would purchase and a window with light coming through it, I would go with a window with light coming through it any day. So those are the basic elements of what you need. Now I want to talk about how I want you to set up your light box to take these pictures. So I'm going to put a diagram up on the screen, and if you look at it, look at this diagram real quick here. You can see where the window is. That's number 1. Okay, so you want to make sure your workspace is close to a window that provides ample natural light. Much more flattering than any kind of flash you could ever get. Natural light will really provides the best possible lighting option for your photos if your lighting equipment is not in your budget. Now lighting equipment can help, but you don't need it. See, I think that stops a lot of people. If it's a rainy or cloudy day, I would consider postponing your shoot until the weather permits you with a little bit more sunlight. Everybody, well, I will say everybody, maybe if you live in a place where there's no sun for 3 months, you may have to get some lights, but if you've got sunlight, you're pretty good with that. Now the next thing you want to do, step 2, is you want to move the table or other large flat surface close to the window to set your stage. Now make sure that there is enough room around the surface for you to walk around. If you can't get around what you're filming, it's not going to do you much good. So you're going to need some space. Pick a window that has some walk around area to it. If you have that space, you can walk around, you can get the different angles you need. Super important that you do that. The next thing you want to do is set your background for your photo. That's where that white poster board comes in that I talked about in the beginning in the supply list. Your goal is to take shots of the product without anything around it that might really distract from the product itself. Okay, so we really want to highlight the product. Plus, if you're cross-selling your product on other sites like Amazon, most require images of your product on a stark white background. So that's what you're going to need. Otherwise you can't even upload your photos there. If you're planning on taking a few promotional shots as well for ads or social media, you can add additional elements like patterned fabric, plants, rocks, I don't know, whatever you want to do to make your photos stand out. Just make sure not to add so much that it will take away from the product itself. I think a lot of people do that. They will do some photos and they got like, I'm gonna really make this look good, and maybe they're doing recipes, so they add garnish on the plate, and they add a glass of wine, they add some type of placemat, and they add their pots and pans behind it. Before you know it, you forgot that there was a recipe and you're supposed to be showing them food. So don't overdo that step. Now once you've got all of this set up, you're going to want to get your phone and you're going to want to take pictures. Now I always get asked this questions: what angle and how many? All, and as many as you can is the answer, because when you're taking pictures of stuff, what you see on your iPhone or your Android or whatever kind of smartphone you have is vastly different from what is actually going to come out in that digital photo. I suggest that you take a whole bunch of different angles of that product. We sell canned meats at my survival food company, Survivalcave Food. You got to check that out, Survivalcave Food. When we're taking pictures of like the food on the plate, we don't just take pictures of the food on the plate, we take pictures of the can of meat that it comes in. We take pictures of, maybe we'll make a sandwich out of the beef, or maybe we'll put the beef on a plate, or maybe we'll make pasta and beef. We try to have a whole bunch of different variations of what that product is, as opposed to just a picture of a can of meat. That's not going to sell it too well. In addition to that, we try to have a lot of different angles. We do it from the right, we do it from the left, we do it from the top, we do it, we blur the background. We try to do all kinds of different filters. Maybe you've got different filters on your smartphone that you can use. Then we will take that picture and we will lighten it, we will darken it. Sometimes we'll add words to it, sometimes we won't. It takes a lot of work to get a good picture, but think about what the old saying says: a picture can represent 1,000 words. Okay, so if a picture is 1,000 words, wouldn't you want to take some time? I mean, I take literally hundreds of pictures of the same thing to get the right picture. You don't have to take that many, but you do have to take multiple pictures. You never know which one is going to look great and which one is not going to look so good. So it's really important to take a lot of pictures in a lot of different angles and try different filters. Another thing I like to do, and of course this video was about taking pictures of your product on a white background, I know that. However, other things you can do if you want to add to your picture album of your product, or showing people using your product. Maybe if you're doing clothing, obviously you could have a model wearing the clothing. If you're using tools that you're selling, some type of tool, maybe you could show that tool in action. Maybe it's drilling a hole, maybe it's cutting a board, whatever it is. All those kind of pictures can also help out, because they can explain to your viewer exactly how they can use the product. So that's another good one. Remember, if you're putting your pictures up on Amazon or some of these other sites and it's not your own site, they want a plain white background, they want certain things, and you got to adhere to that. But on your website, you can do whatever you want. You can change that up a lot. So I hope this helped you out. I hope that you got something out of it. I'm not a photographer, but I can get some pretty darn good pictures now. And guess what? Even if you're not a photographer, you can too. It's a matter of just trying. That's the thing I tell people more than anything else. If you're not good at something, that's exactly what you should try. You'll never know how good you can get at it. Never know how good you can get at it. I can tell you, years ago, I would have never done a video on YouTube to try to train people at stuff, and my wife would tell you the same thing. She would have never done that. She was a very shy person. But the more things you try, the more confidence you'll gain, and the better you'll get at it, and the more feedback you'll get. And yeah, do I get trolls? Sure I do. I get trolls. I don't care. I feel sorry for them at this point. So if you're a troll and you want to put something below, feel free to do so. I feel sorry for you, because they usually are doing this to get attention. They want to get something back. So and I'm telling you this because you may be afraid to do some of the stuff you want to do right now. Maybe you're afraid to even take a picture of your product. Somebody's going to make fun of it. Who cares? Who cares? The point is, if you take these pictures and you have some good pictures, you may make some money. You will make some money. I know, I've done it for years. You will make some money. Okay, let me give you that confidence. If you have any questions about selling stuff online, taking pictures, I'm not a photographer, I will tell you that, but I have done some of this, and I have made money off the pictures I took. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to put your comments below. If you want to know any of the equipment we use, feel free to put those comments below. If you've had some success doing this and you'd like to advise other people, put it in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Have you noticed I wanted to hear your comments? Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that big red button down there, turn it gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every single time I go live. In addition to that, I am offering you a $97 course for how much? What? Free. If you look in the description below, there's a course down there you can get absolutely free. It's a $97 course. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.